In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use path blur to add motion in Photoshop. By the end, you'll know how to create a clean, believable motion effect while keeping your subject crisp and in focus. First, open Adobe Photoshop and bring in your image. Go to File, then Open, select the photo you want to work with, and click Open. This technique works especially well with images where the subject is clearly separated from the background or is already in motion. With the image on screen, head to the Select menu and choose Subject. Photoshop will automatically detect and select the main subject. Don't worry if the edges aren't perfect. This method preserves a sharp version of your subject on a separate layer, so a rough selection is fine for now. Now, duplicate the selection. Press Ctrl+J on Windows or CMD+J on a Mac twice. You'll see two new layers above the background, each containing the selected subject on transparency. This setup is non-destructive. Think of the top duplicate as your sharp subject and the lower duplicate as the one that will get the motion effect. Click to select the lower of those two duplicated subject layers. That's the layer we'll blur, leaving the top one untouched for a crisp final result. Open the Path Blur controls by going to Filter Blur Gallery and then Path Blur. Photoshop will switch to the Blur Gallery workspace, and a blue path arrow will appear over your image. This arrow defines the direction and flow of the blur. Click and drag the blue arrow so it follows the direction your subject is moving. If the motion is curved, gently bend the middle of the arrow to match that arc. Aim to place the arrow so the effect trails behind the subject, creating a natural motion streak rather than pushing in front of it. On the right-hand panel, adjust the speed slider to control how strong the motion appears. Increase gradually, watching the live preview until it looks dynamic without turning into a smear. Then fine-tune the taper so the blur narrows and fades along the path. This taper is what makes the motion look like it's diminishing over distance, which is key to realism. If the blur feels heavy near the starting point, reduce the speed slightly or increase the taper for a cleaner trail. When you're happy with the preview, click OK to apply the path blur. Back in the main workspace, your top subject layer stays sharp while the blurred layer beneath provides the motion. Toggle the visibility of the top layer to compare the before and after and appreciate the difference. That's it. You've added clean, controllable motion using path blur in Photoshop. If this tutorial helped, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Photoshop tips and tutorials.